What you give for the sake of Allah never leaves you. It returns in ways you cannot measure and at times you least expect. Allah sees every act of charity, no matter how small. Surah al-Baqarah, Chapter 2, Ayah 261. The example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like a seed of grain, which grows 7 spikes. In each spike is 100 grains, and Allah multiplies His reward for whom He wills, and Allah is all-encompassing and knowing. Surah al-Baqarah, Chapter 2, Ayah 262. Those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah and then do not follow up what they have spent with reminders of it, or other injury, will have their reward with their Lord, and there will be no fear concerning them, nor will they grieve. Surah al-Baqarah, Chapter 2, Ayah 263. Kind speech and forgiveness are better than charity, followed by injury, and Allah is free of need and forbearing. Surah al-Baqarah, Chapter 2, Ayah 264. O you who have believed, do not invalidate your charities with reminders or injury, as does one who spends his wealth only to be seen by the people, and does not believe in Allah and the Last Day. His example is like that of a large, smooth stone upon which is dust, and is hit by a downpour that leaves it bare. They are unable to keep anything of what they have earned, and Allah does not guide the disbelieving people. Surah al-Baqarah, Chapter 2, Ayah 267. O you who have believed, spend from the good things which you have earned, and from that which we have produced for you from the earth, and do not aim toward the defective therefrom, spending from that, while you would not take it yourself, except with closed eyes. And know that Allah is free of need and praiseworthy. Surah al-Baqarah, Chapter 2, Ayah 273. Charity is for the poor who have been restricted for the cause of Allah, unable to move about in the land. An ignorant person would think them self-sufficient because of their restraint, but you will know them by their characteristic sign. They do not ask people persistently. And whatever you spend of good, indeed, Allah is knowing of it. Surah al-Insan, Chapter 76, Ayah 8-9. And they give food in spite of love for it to the needy, the orphan, and the captive, saying, We feed you only for the countenance of Allah. We wish not from you reward or gratitude. Surah al-Tawbah, Chapter 9, Ayah 34-35. And those who hoard gold and silver and spend it not in the way of Allah, give them tidings of a painful punishment, the day when it will be heated in the fire of hell, and seared therewith will be their foreheads, their flanks, and their backs. It will be said, This is what you hoarded for yourselves, so taste what you used to hoard. Surah al-Tawbah, Chapter 9, Ayah 60. Zakah. Expenditures are only for the poor and for the needy, and for those employed to collect zakah, and for bringing hearts together for Islam, and for freeing captives or slaves, and for those in debt, and for the cause of Allah, and for the stranded traveler, an obligation imposed by Allah, and Allah is knowing and wise. Surah al-Lail, chapter 92, Ayah 18 to 21. He who gives from his wealth to purify himself, and not giving for anyone who has done him a favor to be rewarded, but only seeking the countenance of his Lord Most High, he is going to be satisfied. Surah adh-Dhariyat, chapter 51, Ayah 19. And in their wealth was a right for the needy petitioner and the deprived. When you give for the sake of Allah, your charity is not lost. It is recorded, multiplied, and returned in this life and the next. Give without fear. Allah sees.